All right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. Yes, just a quick one. I had two topics that yesterday you guys wanted me to talk on, but as what I've said, I don't speak on things that I don't know. So I never spoke on it. So I wanted to give my quick analysis on the situations. I'm going to name out the players and then talk around what I am going to talk on, and then you guys give me your take on that specific subject. All right? Yeah, because sometimes these controversial topics can go left field. So let me just set the stage first before, and maybe this will be like 30 minutes because I have some things to do. And I have the kid. So you know that once I have the kid, everything is like secondary, to be honest. All right, massive respect. We saw Juras in the house, Joseph Brown, float management, Neil Golson, big up yourself. Thanks for massive respect. So what we're gonna be talking about is Leon Bailey and Mason Greenwood. I'm talking about some things that was said about Mason Greenwood. We have the hard talk on that situation so people can give their views. Any point of view, I'm okay with it, because I have a point of view on it. I've never really shared it as yet, yeah, but I'm going to share it today. But let me start with the Liam Bailey. Yesterday I was on my stream, and you have to understand me, people, I'm in a different world. um and I am not so in tuned with everything that took place in Jamaica. Big up yourself, Safest Award. Thanks for being here. Property for sale. Big up yourself. So I wasn't really privy to what took place. Jaro, massive respect. I wasn't privy to what took place, but people brought it to my attention. And sometimes people, what you have to do, you can't just send me those things because I have my kid that will have my phone. My phone is not locked. I have nothing in life hiding. So you can't send me everything. So you have to be respectful. You can alert me as to Sylvester, big up yourself, Triple E, big up yourself. You have to alert me that you're sending me certain things. You understand me? You can't just send the thing to my phone because I think those things are that's an invasion of my privacy. All right. Yes, I am a very organized individual, and I try to pride myself on that. All right. Yes, but you could have told me without sending it to me, and that's the problem. Sometimes those videos and stuff go straight into your phone. You understand me? So for people that sending it, that's why I'm complaining. All right. Sometimes you send it, and once I do save your number, it goes straight into my phone, and then I have my kid that's on holiday and stuff that can cause some problems, people. All right. Yes. So, anyways, now Leon Bailey. It looked like Leon Bailey got some videos leaked on him with him and a girl having making some level of love or whatever it's called. Yes, I wanted to try and be PG as possible. Patrick, big up yourself. Richard Stewart, big up yourself. All right, yes. So the questions around it, like people sent it to me. They had asked on it, yo, you think that he's gonna lose deals and this is mash up and should he be in the national team? Listen to me now. I am not into. Let me just explain myself, Ricardo and everybody. Let me explain myself. Oh, I view things. Then you can give your takes on it. All right. So that was the questions asked. So the first one is, should he be removed from the national team for behaviors like that? I did eventually looked at the video, something I'm not proud of, but I did eventually looked at the video, so I can give my analysis, not whatever took place in the video, but speak on it. That's what I meant. I can speak on it. Yes, so I looked at it for that purpose. All right, so looking at it, and I would say that in this time with black guys, and I'm sad that this is being racial, but I am going to speculate here to make sure I'm clear. I believe that sometimes black guys are targeted, and sometimes information can go out left field. So knowing that he has a wife, or a girlfriend that I always saw him posting, because he's literally posted here with a girl, and I think that's his girlfriend. I don't think he would have purposely leak things like this. So for people that thinks that he leaked it, because even you have a guy on my subscription list, he's always left field because he's saying Liam Bailey coming out with a show, and that's why he's trying to sell himself. Yeah. Okay, so Sylvester giving me more details to that. So I don't think he leaked anything. I think it could be easy, well, someone trying to blackmail him and stuff. Based on what I'm looking at, you know, because it looked like both parties had the clip and stuff. Yeah, but at the same time, you could say that it's wrong because why would you, even if you're doing something bad, which I don't condone him doing anything bad, but why would you have it filmed and all of those stuffs? You know, you're a footballer, you're of a higher stature, whether or not we like that. So if you're doing something wrong, at least make sure there are conditions with that something that is wrong. You understand me? Good day, Telexa. Thanks for being here. All right. Um, so, my answer to that, I don't think the national team should have any say on it because it doesn't look like he leaked it himself. You understand me? Obviously, the next topic we're going to come on and people talk about the imagery of the actual national team. Yes, it could harm the imagery of the national team, but we have to put things in context. We're talking about Jamaica. I think Jamaica have some of the men, the so-called men. All right, you have a lot of guys in the chat. You think that this is going to hurt our image as it relates to Jamaica or Jamaican men? Because the stereotype for Jamaica men, we have to be honest to ourselves. I am from Jamaica and I want the chat to answer me. What say you? You think that this is going to hurt his image or the national team's image? Let me know. Let me see how people view this. Yeah, because my take on it, bless myself, Duvan. Dirty Harry said, no, I think it's, if we're talking about Jamaica's old culture, I don't think it actually hurts Jamaica's is the Jamaican image, you know, because I want to shock you guys. I don't think it will hurt Jamaica's image at no point, to be honest, you know. Um, so if that's the case that we, so for me, I think that the national team can't interfere with this, in my opinion. If they want to do so, that's their business. All right. Yes. Only can hurt Leon Bailey. It should not affect the national team. Yes, and that's what I told the guy that I was speaking with in my WhatsApp. Um, yeah, because he was fighting Lemby the last time with the clip when the clip was recorded. So maybe he's using that now to say that he should not be in the team. And for me, I don't see anything that should be that that should happen to it. I can't see anything happen based off that video if they never took a stance with what he said out of his mouth, you know. Yes, but as it relates to sponsorship and himself, overseas is slightly different than ourselves, so I could see where he lose sponsorship here and there. Worst off if it's kids related. Worst off if it's kids related. I could easily well see it that it hurts his contracts in terms of sponsorship here and there. So if he has some kids product and stuff, I could see that happening. All right. No, Segode. Yesterday I was just busy with the kid. No, man, I don't give up on Nigeria at all. I will be back talking about my Nigeria thing just as normal. Don't worry yourself. And I did watch back the match late. I watched it back like around 11 o'clock, so I never watched it live. Segode. So don't worry yourself, man. I will be back. And once I do start, I am not going to stop. I'm not going to stop, you know? RVM, my number. Let me try use this phone and text my number. I will text my number at some point. All right, I will text the number at some point in the chat, Big Boss. Yes, so the Liam Bailey take. The only thing I would say, because at the end of the day, we are older persons, so we have to be mature and try to influence the people on the right path in life. So I would say that it's kind of a bad to his imagery, and his lady, and stuff, you know, because he shares himself as if like he's a family man and stuff. So Joaquin, big of yourself, thanks for being here. Um, I never like that happened to him. When he's always showcasing his lady, and I do think that it comes at a point to that I think we should embrace a family. So because I think a lot of violence in Jamaica stems from the one parent home and stuff, you know. So that is something that you have to embrace. So when I saw him with his family, I really love that. And obviously, you know, I'm a person that's around my daughter and try to make sure I live the family life. And even I've spoken to Kush, big up yourself. Massive respect. Thanks for being here. Um, you know, so I want more of the people that are coming from Jamaica selling the family a lot more, because I think that it truly helps. You know, obviously sometimes you have to make stands in life. That is true, but I do think it truly helps. So I would be sad if it really damages home. You know, yeah. But obviously it's his doing. So I can't be out here saying that I'm sorry for him, but I'm talking about the overall situation I'm sorry for. All right? Big up myself, Wilson C. Thanks for being here. Yes, so that's my viewpoint. Maybe just my position in life. That's why I can reason to that. You understand me? Yeah. So that's the only thing I'm upset with. Anything Liam Bailey has to get, and he did something wrong, obviously he has to get the punishment from his lady, and from any sponsorship that will drop him or something. And that's okay for me. But I don't think when it comes onto the national team, he should have any problems. And I don't think when it comes on to his club itself, he should have any problems, even though sometimes it can impact, you know. Yes. Oh, none of your old videos surface. LB, I don't know. I don't have an old video. I don't know. Yes, I usually keep parties. That is true. Played football. Yes, so I don't know what you're talking about, you know. Yeah, I never had any videos like that, you know. Yeah, so and I'm talking, and if you listen to me, LB, look like you just always have a problem with me, you know. Yeah, and I think that is your problem. I think you're infatuated with individuals rather than what they're saying, because I never went against Leon Bailey. I was in support of Leon Bailey here, you know. Can you guys remove some of these comments? Naifa, this is the wrong place. You're at. Can you? Why are you asking people those things? God damn. Yeah, people, as you just come in, 90 people in the house, please do it, like, button, share, and subscribe. We're doing a short version today. Yes, Naifa, please go somewhere else with those statements, you know, because we're trying to turn this into a positive, and you're trying to ask people. No. People, I'm glad that they never saw that. But Naifat, please don't write those things anymore. Judgment said, "Well, JD, we can just reach out to the girlfriend of Leon and say, be strong. Yeah, man. Do so, Judgment. All right. But Boss Thomas said, bless up, JD. Hope this is a lesson learned for the youths of what not to do regarding your image as professional football, even though it will be a 9-day story. It will be a 9-day story. Yes, the only problem Bailey has should be with his wife. Yes, and I agree right there. It's obvious someone leaked his video, and that's illegal. Leon is a victim in the situation. Let's leave this topic alone. It's personal. Andre, I just put it here because people ask me question in my personal space, so I had to just do it live, so I don't have to answer to anyone else in my WhatsApp. You understand me? And that's why I'm doing it. So this is kind of served as me wanting my peace, Andre. So you rather me just be in my phone getting tormented rather I just do it live, you know? So I just did it live, period, and just say, okay, let me move on to my food situation. I'm married under the common law. Okay. Yes, so that is for Lee and Bailey. I give my piece on that. So hope anyone that will text me on this specific subject, I've answered you, my takes on it. I think in Jamaica, it wouldn't harm his image because in Jamaica and worldwide, the stereotype for Jamaican men is similar to what took place right there, in my opinion, because that's what I've always heard. So I think in an imagery settings, I don't think his image will get tarnished. You know? That's what I have to say. And as it relates to the Jamaica national team, I don't think he should have any problems, because he never leaked anything for any financial gains. It looked like someone leaked it on him for financial gains, at least to what I am hearing. All right. I don't know if that's the case. All right. Yes. So if that's the case, I don't think he should be armed in any ways. All right. Yes. Boom Black, big myself, say, bless up JD. Two adults doing what they want to do. I have no problem with it. Big Baller Benzema said, Jamaica making it more. Man, a dancehall, new topic. All right, so let me move on to Macy Greenwood now. So Macy Greenwood, because we said half an hour, and I think half an hour is enough for these topics, because I don't want it to be drawn out. Big of myself. You listen to Owen, the amount of people torment me in my phone, I am okay. I don't care what you want to say. I am okay to just do this video and move on. All right? No, Andre, you can't say 1 hour. You said I should move on from this topic, and then I'm moving on from the topic. I said half an hour for these two topics, and I'm done, and I'm off in the sunset for the rest of the day. Because I have some other things planned. I have to go to the park with the kid. Because we sort out the bicycles and everything, and then I have to look food, so I have to think about some food that I want to eat, and try to live some life, because that is important. The time that you have with a kid is very much important, because you might not get it. You might not get it back. Yes. It's a song, JD. Okay. But you know that I don't know nothing. What's going on? Owen, so you have to give me, you have to, Owen, I've proven to you that I don't know not what's going on in Jamaica. I'm just a football man, period, Okay, Bala, Lee and Bailey. Okay. I know I heard that song already, but I don't know the lyrics for the song. All right, sorry. I'm very sad that I never knew the lyrics for the song. And I know that a lot of people never knew the lyrics either. So good for you knowing the lyrics. So anyways, no, we had Macy Greenwood. We heard that it looks like he was finally getting over to play for Jamaica. All right. Regardless of what the situation is, a lot of people had their takes on it. So this is the next point that my WhatsApp was flooded with. And they were sending me 2 sets of people talking on it, and not just 2, but also the masses in Instagram threads and Twitter threads, and also YouTube as well, and on the topic, and asking me, saying that from the last time we brought up the big argument, you always try to deflect. I have never deflected from anything for Macy Greenwood. All right. But I as what I've said, I've answered. I've given my answer on Lay and Bailey, so I don't need to spend so long on it, Odello, bless up, thanks for being here. Everyone that's coming in, bless up as well. IJD, by any chance your daughter biracial? Or is that in your country? Yes, she's biracial. And for now, I live in a middle class, maybe okay area, way more white people here than black or mixed at any side. So because you have different mix, maybe different from black, yeah. So far I've not witnessed so much problems. I don't know if it's because I have what I have, so I could be isolated, because maybe if I wasn't isolated and lived here, maybe I could have witnessed more. But for me, myself, I've witnessed classism, racism at times. Yes, that happened to me. When I just came here in Antwerp, it happened to me when I was looking a job back in the days, maybe a decade ago. Because time flying, so maybe a decade ago, yeah, that happened to me. Over here, profiling does happen. Profiling does happen, but not necessarily to me anymore because I am like, sometimes I feel like I'm not in reality, you know? I'm not in reality. So it's hard for me to give you an honest opinion as to the area and what it is because I'm not so outside from work to my kid to inside work on the internet or with my family. Then I go to isolated areas and some, yeah. So if I'm going to the restaurants, I am going wherever I am because I'm paid for everything there. So I know that more people going through it than myself, but I am not the right person to ask, and I'm an honest person. So I've never really witnessed certain things since being in this position. But at first, um, yes, so it's hard for me, but I do see that it has the possibility of biracials having problems. But it looks like when you're in an isolated position, you might not have so much problems. If that's the right way to answer it. Bless up Kevin Jones, Jason Guna, Neil Golson, Troublemaker Drew Ross, big up yourself, Dirty Harry, Big Benzema. At my daughter's school, oh, you had problems at your daughter's school. Yeah, man, yeah, man. But that's why I said my first experience. I've always shared that when I was here, I called me and all my friends. I had a Polish friend and Chechnya friend. That's Checho. My Polish friend was a girl from Poland, Magbiera from Macedonia. I called for the work, and when I went there, I was the only black one there because, as you know, quote unquote, all of the countries that I've called out are white people. And they closed I was the one that advanced in my Netherlands faster, and I was the one that was more hungry because I never had any allowance when I just came here. I came here on my own. I had to fit all of my bills. Other people got money just because they're Europeans or they came here under different structure, right? So I had to pay all my bills every single time here. And then the guy closed the door on me out of all the friends them going in, and it was like what you call them? Yeah, those. It's like agencies, but they have a different name for it over here. I will remember the name at some point because remember it's different language. It's Dutch in the region that I'm at. Yeah, and I found it disrespectful when I called my wife walking back home. I'm saying, yeah, I just need to go back to my country, you know, man, because this is foolishness, you know, man. You know, I'm not going to really go up with this, you know, but I stopped by. I did eventually got the job and meet that same boy, you know, and then he gave me some BS excuse at the time, you know, but I clearly thought it was just racist. You know, he was giving me the excuse of saying that, you know, that over here, let me explain to you, you have a thing called OCMW, OCMW in English. When you're coming here, if you're seeking asylum or you're doing any visa or living conditions, you can always go to them and get money. But when you get that money, you have to not be working to collect on the money. So what some people would have done is to come there and don't naturally want the work, but go there and act like they want the work, collect the paper, and waste their time. So they claim that they thought that I was a waste of time. Um, just like all the other black people them that comes in. Or that's what he said. You know, that was his explanation. And I'm saying BS, you know, BS, because all of my friends, them, majority of those people that takes the OCMW money and just turn up for the paper were white people. You understand me? So that is just you profiling and pretty much racist. You understand me? Yes, and I had called him out because at the time when I met him the second time, I got upgraded in the job. And he was also a person that calls in. He does the what do you call it? He's the dialer. He's always the dialer for to get people for work, right? He was always a dialer, so he gets people and he calls people to get them to work because he's working for an agency. So he came in because he was working for our place as well. So his agency signed them on, and I did report to him for the incident. I reported him years after, and that's why he came there to try to have the reasoning with me, and I was not having it, you know. So I did. I looked at that as racism, you know. I looked at that because you're profiling someone, regardless of what you claim, because in my experience it was more white people doing that here. So people that comes from other European countries just come here, and because Belgium have one of the best social services, they ride on the back of that. Yes, black people does it as well. I'm not going to say it's a lie that happens, but it doesn't happen at that level because they don't even give black people the chance in the first place. You understand me? They don't even give them the chance in the first place. So yeah. So that happened to me before, but no, that can't happen to me anymore. I'm hoping that that won't happen to me anytime in a life. It would have to take some drastic measures for something like that to happen to me. You know, big up yourself, Omar, float management in the house, Stula. So recruiters. But I would, yeah, they are recruiters, but also, um, I have a name for them, man. But yeah, recruiters, anything you want to call them, just give them a name. But that was, I've always shared that here, my story from, I think I've shared it for 5 years straight because I never forgot it. That was the only time I wanted, I said, maybe I need to go back home, you know, because I go back to Jamaica, you know? Yeah, but aside from that, I never really thought of it in any other sense, you know? Yeah. JD, how did you manage the language barrier? Um, that's a good question. A good question, like the coach. Um, when I just came here, my wife, she speaks. She was like, normally Antwerp is Dutch and Antwerp dialect, but she spoke French, German, and also she spoke English as well. So she always spoke at least 6 to 7 languages, because she had worked as a dentist at the time before she moved to her final job, you know. So she was always okay with me, and I think so, I'm saying this to you guys, I think that she actually slowed me down because she was too comfortable and made me just continue to speak English. And that's why sometimes even here I don't even change over when I'm speaking to her, because she's perfectly okay. But once I go to her family and stuff, they only speak one way, you know. Yeah. So going to school, how it works here when you're coming here, especially for me, um I brought my papers in. They gave me the requirements, which is I have to learn the language to 2.2, which is you almost you can write, read, spell, and also speak at a moderate level, at least when you go up to 2.2. But also after you keep on exercising what you know, it becomes a 2.6 to 3, and that means you're normal to speak. Someone can just write Dutch to you, any format, and you still can understand it. Sometimes in Antwerp dialect, their spellings might be a little bit different, but if they do speak, you already know the start of it. Like, for instance, I. So I in England, no, start from the alphabet. So you have A, B, C, D in English. So and you pronounce words like that. And then now for Netherlands is A, B, C, D. So instead of the actual letters, the tones are the actual letters. So the tones in our language would be the actual letters, you know. No, English is not the hardest language to learn. Truth. I think English might be one of the easiest language to learn. Yes, yeah, I think English is one of the easiest languages to learn. Dutch is actually one of the hardest languages to learn. Mandarin might be first. Dutch might be up there. No, Dutch is not second. Russian is Russian should be second to third, but Mandarin is first. Mandarin is first, no brainer. Then Russian might be somewhere in the top 5, and after that you have French. French is also hard. And languages are always based off your head base. You have 2 head bases in languages, you know. two head bases in languages. You understand me? Yes. So you have to know the head bases in languages, and if you're coming from one of those head bases, certain languages are easier for you to learn, and that's what I've learned in Belgium. You understand me? So people asking, oh, why did I learn it so easily? I think because we are coming from that head base. Because English, Netherlands is kind of split between English and German. To be honest. You get me? So pronunciation came not so hard for me. Pronunciation came not so hard for me. Obviously, the German side of dragging certain words like the J, yeah, was always much more difficult for me, to be honest. But once Eric, the R, Ypsilon, the Y, it was a little bit harder for you to context it, but you always said the word, and then you keep on repeating it, and once it becomes repetitive, you kept learn. I passed the exams record speed within 6 months. I had 2.0 already. I had 2.0, and then after that, I did one more. Then I went to college separate. I went to college separate. I went to college separate to do what I'm doing now, my profession here. After going to the ed base, and then they asked me what I wanted to do, because I could have just easy well gone onto the part of computer, but that would have took like 6 more years, and I would have to start life after 6 more years. And I want to say I would take that same option today. So the language barrier wasn't so much a problem for me, to be honest. It wasn't so surprising. I thought that it would have been extremely harder. I believe that if I went to the French region, I think I would have had way more problem, because French to me just seems extremely hard to me. I don't know why, but French seems harder than Netherlands to me. And then people from French telling me that Netherlands is harder. So it tells me it's the head basis of the languages. So go on look it up. The head basis of the languages that makes you learn languages faster. You guys never knew that. I learned that maybe the first year I came here. Yes. So really and truly, it was by luck that I came in the Netherlands side and not the French side, because goddamn, French would have been harder for me, in my opinion. Bonjour, ça va? Well, I can say what you just said, but after that, I don't know nothing else. Languages, head bases. So it should be Latin. Yes, all right, see? Yeah, so two head bases is in languages. Yes. All right, so I'm correct, yeah. If a letter is silent, then just take out the letter. English is madness. That's not a language. Pronounce as if, common sense, but you don't know the other languages them. And remember, your statement was English is the hardest language, and I said no. I don't think so, because I had the luxury to learn English and also learn Netherlands in school. And I want to say that one is extremely more difficult than the other. Yes, that's all I would have to say. All right, yes. And I've heard that in Netherlands you can't learn 100%. So if it's a language that can't be completed, I want to say that would be the harder language. I think you can learn everything in English. Yes, English is one of the newest and most complicated language. The rules are way different from the other languages. But truth, you can say what you have to say. And I am saying that I don't think English is harder than Netherlands or Mandarin. I don't think so. All right, so let me move on to Mr. Greenwood now, because you guys get 34 minutes. All right. Yes, but truth is fair from your standpoint. But I said I don't think English is one of the hardest languages. I don't think so. That's what I said, And so maybe it's just from my standpoint. So if you think that English is actually harder than other languages, so for people, I would like more takes on this. Which one of the languages you think that the English is really as hard as what Truth trying to say? Let me know. Big up Kendrick. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yes, English is the hardest language ever. Okay, all right. So Andre said he thinks that English is also the hardest language as well. All right. English uses other languages in it, but I just told you that Netherlands actually have English words in it as well, or maybe because English is newer, maybe it was other words from other languages came in it overall. All right. Yes, from me, I don't think, based on research, English is the hardest language. Every other country has an issue. Okay, okay. Well, I'm surprised because English speakers said the other languages are the hardest. So is it that maybe because we are in this region, we are English speakers, or should be English speakers, that's the reason why we come from that standpoint? Maybe people listen music and watch movies and learn English. I don't think you can do that with other. Thank you very much, Presser, because my little kid, she's not authorized to learn English until next year, and she can speak several versions of English by just watching the TV, and she have to go to school in our own country to learn Netherlands. So I'm just saying, people, we have to be very careful in this. English is the hardest language, because I don't think that is truth, and I don't think it's nowhere near the truth as well. I don't think it's no. I think we are disrespecting other difficulties in languages. Believe me, people. All right, all right, all right. So, for instance, so give me some sentence. JD, it's a fact. I don't believe it's a fact. I think it's because we are English speakers first. That's why we think like that. I have never met someone in this region that thought that English is the actual hardest language. I have never met someone, imagine that. I have never met someone in this country that thinks that English is the hardest language. And remember, Belgium is one of the most multicultural country on earth. Belgium is top 3 in the most multicultural country on earth, and I have never heard that what you guys said to me. JD, do some research. Well, that's my problem. Nobody in this country found English hard. Nobody at all. And in Netherlands as well, in Germany as well, nobody said English was hard. And even my Polish friends, they never said so. JD, type some Dutch on your phone and show us. JD, English is backward. No, English is not backward, because I think sometimes, for instance, look, sentences which is called zin in Netherlands. So, for instance, what I'm trying to find something that shows you that even though we said it that way and we think that it makes sense, it's completely different in Netherlands, completely different. And maybe that was a next difficulty. Thank you, Triple E, because I'm trying to remember the difficulty. So, for instance, all right, I think along the conversation, I will get an example and show you. Yes. Yeah, I heard English and Mandarin, but yeah, you just say Mandarin. I think Mandarin is the hardest one. Yeah, but Andre, it was other people said it to me, French speakers. They're saying, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think English is as hard." They never found English as hard, so maybe that's the problem. All right. It's okay. English is not the hardest. Okay, one is in England and one is saying. So people, let me drop it because we want to go to the Mr. Greenwood part. Thank you, one. That's why I want people to come that this region to stop talking this madness. One said even Polish struggle to speak Polish, and that's the same thing. My wife went to the KFC, and the KFC lady at the front struggling to understand my wife, and both of them speaks Dutch, and I had to speak Dutch to the lady, and she understood me. So sometimes not even other Dutch people understand other Dutch people. You understand me? And it doesn't matter, maybe accent little when you speak certain level of English and whatever. But I think every English speaker can understand every English speaker. You have languages that are so hard that the next one, and it's not accents, it's just the next one literally don't understand the next one because the languages are so far apart. So, truth to truth, love the conversation that you brought up. We don't even know if we are speaking English. If English comes from other languages and the other languages are structured certain way, it's clear it's backward. Okay. She don't speak a KFC like like you. Oh my God. It's same with English. British accent. No, that's why I said the accent, because I knew that you guys would have said the accent, but I'm Artalove. We're gonna link up sometime, Artalove. And we're gonna revisit this conversation about languages. Yes, about languages. Because I'm telling you, constructing sentences in English and Netherlands, god damn man, believe me, people. Be careful. Please, people. All right, do the French. Who I know speaks French, English, Spanish. I want someone that speaks all of them to tell me that English is the hardest one, because I don't think so. Constructing sentences is not as hard in English as Netherlands. Believe me, man. JD, English is the most difficult language to understand, but easy to learn. One word in English has multiple meanings. Other languages have one word for each meanings. Yes. Odelo said, I speak all, JD. Thank you very much. So in your experience and your opinion, which one you think would be the hardest? Yeah, out of your yeah. Low said, I speak all of them, and I believe that English is the easiest. So I don't know what to say, but Dean Fraser said, you speaks all of them. Okay, so people, even in this chat, people refuting that brother English is not truth or truth. Even the people inside now agree with you. If English was so easy, why people find it hard to understand Jamaicans? Because most Jamaicans don't speak English or chose not to speak English. Patois is a broken Creole. Patois is not English. Patois is a broken Creole. And because of that, because we learn our Creole first, our tongue is different, so we can't pronounce certain words. So H is harder for us to pronounce. All right? Yes. So what you would do now to cut out the lack of pronunciation in the H, when you're learning other languages, just stay in that language. And believe me, months you will get rid of it. Believe me. All right, it's not as hard to get rid of the H as what you think. It's not as hard. If you go in different countries, aside from English itself, and like if you come to Belgium, you will get rid of it. You will get rid of it, and that is a problem. No, Jamaica speaks a patois, and patois is Jamaica speaks Jamaican Creole, which is a format of patois. You have several different patois. All right, that strings between Africa and the English itself. So it's a broken, and maybe some words from French and also Spanish. Yes. Yes, it's not broken English. It's not broken English. Look, because you have several other Creoles around the world. Because when I went to the VDBA, they asked me how much languages I spoke at the time. And I was talking about only English, and they said, "What is your other language from Jamaica?" You do speak Jamaican Creole. And then when she put it up on the computer, it drops down and says Patois, and it says Jamaican Creole. You have Asian Creole, you have other African Creoles. So people, you have to learn all of these things, because that was the day I learned that no, Jamaica, it's like two main languages in Jamaica: English and Jamaican Creole. So people that learn Jamaican Creole and fail to excel in English pronounce things in that language that they know, but it is a language that they know. So it's harder for them to pronounce the other words from the other language, because it's two different language. We used to have we used have when we used to we use have when we use has, but has no. So you ever heard people saying he have done this? I have never heard that in Jamaica. That's a lie. Because you only use has when it's actually representing a individual, especially a male, right? So how can you say that, a man use he have done that? No. Come on. That is not true. You see what I'm talking about? Truth or truth? You know, I have never heard that. Oh my God. That's what I can't take now. You know. Why you do that, man? Why you do that? Delete that, man. Truth or truth. Come on, man. I have never heard that from the guy. I have never heard that, I have never heard that at all. So I'm not going to go down the road. I'm not going to go down that road with your big boss. Delete that comment, man. Because, a lot of people will just try create drama, Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but, yeah. Come on, man. Truth or truth. We'll go that, So it's Creole. And Creole is... So Creole... Jamaican Creole, and it's not a written language, so it can be spoken in any terms. That's the difference now. You don't have a stamped down written way of Jamaican Creole, and that's what causes most of the confusion. You understand me? No, Patois, no. I think Patois, no. Creole is a language head-based for themselves. Yes, you have to give it credit, man. Yes, and I think it's easier to understand when you give it that way. You can't say Creole is a broken art. So here the Asian Creole is a broken form of English. So Asian Creole is a broken form of English, because I just said Creole is a head base. All right? Yeah. Good morning, Dre, in the weather. Hope all is well with you. All right, we are in language. So broken form. So you're saying Creole is just the broken form of everything. Well, that doesn't. It still makes an head base. It's the broken form. So Creole, the definition for Creole then is the broken form of something. Wow, the man him say Creole mean the broken form of everything. DJ Fader, big yourself. Imagine having a language and every year something changes. Remember, one time in English, the plural for money is money until they change it to monies. Nonsense, it's not. So Jamaica speaks broken English. That they are trying to fight me to say Jamaica speaks broken English. I know that's what they wanted to go back to. JD, is person I ever met from Belgium speaks at least 4 languages. I think I don't know what he meant there. I think maybe I would be one of the people that comes here would be the ones that speaks the least languages, but everybody else speaks over 4 languages. It's very every person in Belgium. And if they tell you that they only speak 1, they are lying, because the country required you to speak 3 languages. Mandatory, you have to speak 3 languages. And if you're in a split household like me, coming from Jamaica, and Joyce, my wife is Belgian, automatically Gemma has to speak 4. And at this age, she's speaking like 7 different languages, because she find ways. She like Korea, and she like the some boys named Wanjin and those. I have to call her. I just bought some posters and thing for her of that group. Um yeah, so she tried to learn Korean and obviously maybe her friends she have friends that came from from Spain. So she learned in Spanish and Spain is close by them, so they want to learn that as well. Yeah, and then she tried to do Mandarin as well, and that's why I know I'm looking at the difficulties of the languages. Yeah. Big up everyone coming in. Please do it, like, want to share and subscribe. We are here for 101. I said I wanted 30 minutes, all right? And you guys body me up to stay on longer, all right? uh, Owen, so yeah, so over here, people, yeah, everybody speaks a whole heap of language. It's normal. JD, other languages are structured. Yes, English might be easy to speak. However, the structure of English is difficult. Is vice versa for other languages. And English is the most effeminate language. Okay. Trust no, sir. Trust no, sir. It's not broken English. Yes, I do believe that it's not broken in English, but they are saying that it is broken English. So I'm not going to argue with them. All right, so let me move over to the Mesa Greenwood one because I really want to finish this damn video. All right, I'm here too long. All right, and I'm getting stressed out. I want to go. All right, yes. No, Gmails. English is not there. All right, so. All right, so how is it going with you? How is it going with you? How is it going with you? Would be who hearted met you. Let me find the next way to say it, and it's the exact same thing because I want to find two different ways. So how is it going with you? And I want to say two different times. And it's the same damn thing. It just comes from the region that you're located in. At Chess, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Jamaica, okay? I think we have to be careful, man. I think you guys need to explore a lot more before we come to this conclusion. Because I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Maybe people will educate me after this video, but I can promise you that's not the case. I am not leaving this video believing that English is the hardest language. I am not. I know that once I'm done, I will get a lot of comments, but I am not leaving this thinking that English is the hardest language. I refuse to believe so. I refuse to believe so. All right? Yes. All right. So anyways, Mesa Greenwood though. Mesa Greenwood, we heard that he should be coming in for Jamaica. We heard that he had his passport a while now. All sort of things, citizenship and all sort of things and clearances and one sort of stories to happen for the longest time. Well, it looks like everything it was sorted. All right. What them say about Liam Bailey? I pulled the video back. Price. It was some little film thing, and I did not want to say anything on that. All right. Yes. Jenny Weather seems to always be asking questions that had no relation to my title. But anyways, can you shed some light on Mothersill situation? Also, it's been widespread on YouTube that the player did not have a passport during the time for the Gold Cup. To my knowledge, as to what I've said from day one, since we played the first Guatemala game, I've said on my channel, Jane, whether I told you to go back and watch my video, you texted me privately and I said, go back and watch my video and heard what I've said. And I've never changed from day one. I said clearly, let me repeat it for the last time, and I'm not going to spend 2 seconds on this. I'm done when I say it. I have all my videos out there. You can go and watch, all right? Because I don't punch down in life, and I'm very clear in my statement. I have literally said, about the player, I said the player was not called. I said the player was not called for, the player was not selected for Jamaica, period. That's what I said. And yesterday, Dima came in my chat and I said that was coming directly from the player, period. So I don't need to care about whatever any other YouTuber said. I don't care about it. That's not my business. I've said, and if you listen to what I've just said, I've given you so much information, and I don't want to speak any more of that. Click me right there, and you can just play it back again every single time. The player was not selected, period. And I've said, if that is wrong, that means that is exactly, that means the player would have to be lying, period. Done. So I can't be lying, none at all. Done. All right? Yes. So I don't care about whatever spreading news. I just deal with football, and I don't punch down in life. All right? Yes. So I will never respond or have any dialogue with anybody. All right? Yes. Yes. So Drainy Weather, come on, be better than that. All right? Yes. I told you, and you never wanted to go and rewatch a video, so you wanted to bring it back into this. All right? Yes. And I will never change my statement because my statement is factual. All right? It is factual, period. All right? Yes. So I will never change it. None at all. It will never change. All right? Yes. Let me go on to Mr. Greenwood now. Let me go on to Mr. Greenwood. All right? Let me give you a little time, 15 seconds, so you can clip it and hear what I've said. All right? I will not change. And I made sure to put, I don't punch down in life. All right? So make sure to click that part. I don't punch down in life. All right? Yes. And then you put the rest of the things that I've just said. Let me move on. When you call a new shoes a brand, oh my God. You did not do anything, Demo. I responded to what Jay Anyway said just a while ago, because I've talked to Jay Anyway off the screen, and I said to him, go and watch my video. Don't listen to what people says. Respect to Jay Anyway, because he's trying to bring light, or he's trying to understand something. But I don't have to come here. I'm a big man. You know? Yes. No, the vibes is not negative between me and Drainy Weather. No man, me and Drainy Weather perfectly all right. I'm just telling him that he should not bring that to my stream. I'm past those things. JD, are you on a high carb diet? What that means? What that means? Cause you always come here with some stories in a boy. All right, what that means? Face the boy Owen. All right. So when my maga, wanna say me skinny and I dead for hungry. When my big and thick, wanna say I can't manage them boy. All right. So anyways, we have to discuss Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood. We just explained. Yeah, no, I heard him. That's why I ask him where my try say. Because one time him say my maga like dog, you know? And then no, my big and thick, he must say me look like me too fat, you know? And a man say wipe on that. No, I'm just asking what he means, you know? Yeah, listen to me, man, people. We just talk about English class. Why me can't just say the word? All right, what me to tell people? If I went to gym and looked a little bit extra on the size, what word should I use? Because you guys are making it more difficult for me. All right. Listen, what am I say? What should I say? JD, say you gain weight, bulk up, or oh my God. All right, Leon says, JD, big up. Please put it out there that we don't want any bashing of the baller Greenwood in terms of his past. Yeah, man, Leon. That's my show. That's why people texted me and said I'm trying to run away from the conversation. Why I don't want to have the conversation. So that's why I spend the extra time just to have the conversation. So make people see what I do feel. Because the last time, I think it was the one 433 presser. People brought it to my light. That it was him, you know. It was one 433 presser. Created this war on YouTube. Uh, no, J any weather. It was not me. It was people that talk about me have what kind of high carb diet I have. So I said, when me skinny, people say me look at me as suffer. You know, my wife now give me no food. And then when me look a little bit, when me look a little bit bigger, whatever word, you know, I can't find the damn word. So English look like it harder than anything else. Because I said the actual word in English what mean the thing, you know. And them I tell me, why Z, I should not talk. Yes, so yes, that's why English is damn hard to learn because Jamaicans make it hard to learn because they omit the actual words. Them they are omitting the actual words. You know. Oh God. Oh, these dudes. But anyways, let me continue. Yes, it was 433 presser that started people to pressure me because they brought it. One thing I love about the subscribers, what they do, because they know that I'm not in the foolishness, they kind of compile everything. So they said 433 presser brought saying he's being objective and brought a video out trying to go in deeper dive on the Macy Greenwood situation and why he doesn't want to. And this is not me bashing pressure because he's here and he knows if I want to. If I'm bashing someone, I'm going to say it publicly, you know. So with Presser talking on that at the time, it looked like because everything about the space is about a vibe, right? It's about a vibe. And 1 second, let me go for my charger. 1 second, guys. Oh my God. Sorry about that, people. All right. So, yes. So, I don't want to make sure, I want to make sure we be civil on this because I have to have the hard conversation and I made sure I took the time out to have that hard conversation. All right. Yeah. So, let me try and see if I can get everything plugged in here. All right. So, I guess we got everything plugged in and it's working. Right. Yes. So, anyways, the great 433 controversial person, and I don't think he's controversial. He's just trying to have additional conversation, like he wanted to stretch the boundary of just football. He wanted to talk more than football, and here we are talking more than football. So, Macy Greenwood stated that he's going. Or people said that Macy Greenwood will be coming. All right. So the big split now. And the big split before was always on what took place, you know, because if you follow the incident, they stated that he battered he battered a lady that he's now with, married to her, some level of his wife. I think he married her, married to now, all right, and they have kids at this point. Yeah. So, but in the court itself, they said that new evidence was found and also lack of witnesses, hence why they dropped the case. That is exactly what they stated. So I've always hung on to the new evidence presented itself, and also the lack of witnesses turning up. to prove the point. So that's pretty much saying that they can't prove, there is not enough for me to charge this person. All right. So something happened to the girl. I'm not saying that nothing never happened to the girls. All right. I'm saying something happened to the girl, but we don't know who did it. And it looked like the courts couldn't prove who did it either. All right. Yes. Then you had Manchester United did their independent research, and they came up and said he's an innocent individual. But just to protect the other side, they will not put the information out public. These are things that are out there, So what that does now, for me, it makes me hard to jump and crucify the man when I have heard these things. You understand me? That's why I've always reserved to jump out and say, he did it. You understand me? Because you can't refute what I've said. You can't refute it because it's on the Twitter. You can just go there, type in Manchester United. They did their independent analysis and they came with their conclusion. The courts came out, they came with their conclusion. So I don't know what Demo in the chat to fight. You understand me? So with that said now, Demo, are you and your friend them alone know that he did it? I don't know. All right, people, be honest. That is the first point. Can I say that based on the evidence that presented itself and the people that did their overall ruling, I could take that stance to say that I don't know if this man did it? Be honest, be honest, people. Can I not say I don't know? Because up to this point, he was not proven. No, I heard an audio. I never saw a video. And you never saw a video either. Because if you say I saw a video, Demo, you would have to be going in advance to tell a lie on the guy now, Demo. You heard an audio. You heard an audio, Demo. Because remember, I made sure to research on this topic before I did anything in it. You heard an audio. Demo, we are in the age, 3-4 years later, they are literally just making videos by AI. I am not saying that he never did it. People, please, because I know this is a touchy subject. I am not saying he never did it. But I'm trying to say, as much as the evidence there that he did it, you have evidence saying that he never did anything. And the bigger backings them saying that he never did anything. So with me now, I can't be the judge. Person said AI never exists back then. No, that's a lie, person. Remember, I'm the computer man. AI more than exists, and I can prove that to you anytime you want. Anytime. It was not privy to the public as to date. That is true. But AI was clearly in effect long time before that. Yes, I agree with the person. Like now, definitely that's true statement, person. But it never existed. That's not true. All right? Because we were using Siri and writing command prompt from 2015. I was writing that. So I'm telling computers to do programming a long time from 2015. All right? So I know that AI existed a long time. All right? People, I am not advocating for the player to say that the player is fully innocent. I'm just saying, based on the evidence from people that normally sentence black people and always push black people down to the hole, I am surprised that they let this man free. Look at Mendy. Mendy don't have a life. Sorry, I'm not disrespecting Mendy. But Mendy proven that everything what they said about him is a big lie. And Mendy out here struggle like dog. Sorry, me describing Mendy like that. But Mendy was a player that I was watching in Manchester City. And the way they did the man. I'm telling you, brother. You get me? That is sad. Oh, they did the youth. And nobody come out and say, yo, look how the youth get freed. And he can't sue anybody because none of them have enough money for him sue them back. You understand me? So sometimes I'm telling people that I understand that you want to support it. And yes, you are right to support the cause. He should not be here beating up any kids. any woman, that is 100% true. And if that's the case, we should condemn his action. We should condemn his action. Yes, he sued Manchester City in the end because of his payments, but for the damage of his overall career, he can't sue nobody for that demo. No, he can't sue nobody. You understand me? He can't sue nobody for that demo. Up to this day, he can't sue anybody. And the guy, every day, the guy just saying he's glad that he's free and stuff. But, you know, you can see it in the guy's face. And the guy was such a talent, you know. And so people sometimes, yeah, I heard all of the chattery and I heard what everyone said that, oh, why he married the girl. Obviously, peer pressure is a wicked thing, you know, people. We come from Jamaica. So peer pressure, we're built with peer pressure, people. All right? We're built with peer pressure. So we should not be the one questioning why he married the girl. If that was the case. Of course, sometimes. Remember, they are young kids, you know. They were young kids. You understand me? They were young kids. We're older people. Let we be mature in our reasoning, man. They are young kids. Remember, guys, let me go deeper. Remember that they said he was cheating with him and Foden in Iceland? Remember that? And she and him did kick off before that thing. And then she did react and spaz out on the internet. Go back and research that before. Because that's what I like to do, you know, research before. So go back and check that incident. Obviously, Mason Greenwood was the one that got the bigger drama out of the stick, and Foden got accepted back in the England team. But it was not the first time him and I had those spots out there. So I don't know if it's a vindictive type of thing. I'm not blaming the girl, but I don't know. But it's a lot of side to the story, and I think that we know seeing them together. That's why I wanted to set the stage so we can get to this part. You know. I want to get to this part. So based off all of that, they are together. So she forgave him. And remember, this conversation started from Jamaica. Should he be accepted to play for Jamaica? So over the years, we have accepted Marlon King had incidents when he come here. Ravel Morrison, and we just had a kid for R in America. We heard the same man on Sportsmax that is talking down on the youth. He was talking about the same brother from. We put him in the national team after. We put him in the national team after, you know. Anglin, you know. Anglin is the name. All right, and we have him as one of the future players. But I heard him talking rave about angling. It's the same damn thing. No, it is worse for angling because we class violence and R different in Jamaica. R in Jamaica is different. So angling situation should have been treated even worse. But I never heard him said that about angling. He talks highly of angling. So type in, because angling, I found a clip of him talking about angling at Harborview at the time. And he never mentioned none of that. He talked about him as a future guy that's growing up and we can mold him into an help for Jamaica. We can mold him into an help for Jamaica. Wow! So the same man, so I'm saying we have to split justice in our reasoning. And I want you to have that standard because I've always asked for Jamaica to have a standard. So you should question things. You understand me? You should question things. You should Poppy and Boss and everyone. Bless up on yourself. Thanks for being here. Please do hit like button as soon as you come in. Double tap the screen and it's the like button. Because you are the ones that have me beyond this time. Right. So for me, I think that you can always reserve, and if he comes into a press conference, you can ask the questions. If you feel uncomfortable of him playing for Jamaica, you know. But at the same time, we have to be human as well. And most of us are parents. So we have to look at things from a different standpoint. The fact that he was not found guilty of anything, just like angling as well. So I'm not going to try to bring down the kid. All right? You know, so I'm not trying to bring down angling, but I'm just trying to show you the unnecessary bias. You understand me? And especially, I want to put this thing in as well. Me, coming from where I'm at, our culture, from where I'm at, I only can speak on that. It looks like some other people know a lot more about Jamaica, the other part of Jamaica that I know nothing about. But the Jamaica that I know, we worship bad man. I'm going to say it again. We worship bad man and done. Me not ask you, me I tell you. The Jamaica that I know, we worship bad man. My father was a bad man. My father was a Don. And that's how I lived my life the whole time to as well in Jamaica. All right? And most of us deal with ladies wrongfully until we learn. We learn better. So if any other culture should be more accepting, at least the culture that I know, because people said I love to generalize too much, but the culture that I know, I don't think we should be coming out and speaking like this. You understand me? Because we should be the ones saying, yo, you need to do better. All right, and we want to come and bring you on board to make sure you do better, because our culture was winded around, molded through this. You understand me? So based off that, I want to make sure we get you on the right set, because we want you not to just be a footballer for Jamaica, but we want you to be a proper human being when we finish with you. You know, so this should be a place where they embrace him and try to push him forward and make him feel love and teach him at the same time. So you're not just giving him fake love or false hope. You're trying to teach him at the same time. All right? Yes, so that's people. I'm just giving. I'm going to come to the comment. Demo, relax the Demo, relax, sir. Relax. I'm going to get to it, Demo. You're just fighting for no reason. Demo, just relax. I'm just trying to land, you know? Because I'm just giving you factual stories, you know? Yeah, so... yeah, so for me, those statements made that for them, they wouldn't want this man play for Jamaica. Definitive statements made when the definitive action that made was he was freed. It seems like it's a little bit vindictive when you go so all out, when he never had the proof, he never did nothing according to the actions of the people. It's hard for me to pick a different side. All right, let me discuss now. I will open the phone line for people to call in freely. All right, let me try to see if I can get some call in, because I know that you... Oh, I get the call. Oh, I get the comment. People, oh, I comment. All right, I'm going to comment my number so I can pin it. All right, and people, I will do the 2 hours. So I'm going to do 40 more minutes. I'm going to give everyone their opportunity to speak. All right, yeah, because I never did this video before, and this is the only one I will do. All right, so let me type it in, and then I can all right, so all right. So why my comment? I don't see my comment. Hold on. Let me try to type it again. Yeah, man, my comment was there. Do you guys see my number? I just put a comment. All right, let me make Wemaxit moderator. And there's a moderator. Standard moderator. All right, so let me type in back the number. So, and someone asked for my number earlier. You can. All right, so that's my number. All right, so I just got it. All right, so I can pin it now. All right, so that's my number, people. You can feel free to call in So, because I saw people just opposing to what I'm saying, I gave good arguments. Yes, man, Pastor. Of course, you can call. Of course, you can call, Pastor. All right. It's like if you're a Jamaican, you should accept every silly negative generalization that's wrong with Jamaica. Negativity gets ignified. All right. All right. So this is Demo. So Demo calling first. Good day, Sir Demo.
Yes, sir. You can hear me clearly?
Yes, man. I think there. Let me know, guys, if you're hearing Demo clearly. Let me know if you're hearing him clearly.
Yeah, man. So big up yourself in the
Big
chat.
up, Sir Demo.
And this come back full circle,
Mm-hmm.
Jay, I don't know if you remember when this
Yes,
initially came
I remember.
out.
I remember Demo. I remember. Yeah.
How much years ago that?
I think 2 years ago. 2 years. 2 years. Almost 2 years now.
Yeah, man. So 2 years ago, I think probably me was the only man. Like, me was the villain for YouTube and every channel. I'm alright with being the villain, I don't have no problem with being the villain. Zine, because I did come out and say, oh, Bun Greenwood. Like, that's been the been the slogan since me hear about the thing, Zine. And what me get is like people have a problem when you have difference in opinions.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, my thing on this Greenwood thing, I'm gonna start calling him Mason because we just talk about English language and the Greenwood thing. No,
Oh, okay. All
Greenwood.
right.
So
Sorry. Yes, Mason. Yeah.
yeah. So the thing with that, for me personally, I can't stop nobody from playing for Jamaica, brother.
Yeah.
And once them I go play for Jamaica, I just have to accept it. And nothing gonna stop me from watch Jamaica football because of my country that's in.
Yes.
So me I go watch it whether him come or him
Yes.
don't
And
come.
if he scores, Demo, you're gonna celebrate and support him.
Brother, Luis Suarez play for Liverpool.
All right.
Zin? Me hate Suarez as a man because the whole racism come out with him and
Yeah.
everyone and him a bite people. Bro, but what if Suarez score for Liverpool, mega celebrate?
Okay,
You might not like
good.
you as a human being
All
because you're a racist, but as a footballer, Luis Suarez is greater than Thierry Henry. Zin? As a football player, Zin, and we can separate the two. I might not like the man as a human being, but as a footballer, I rate him. And my thing is this, bro. I see the evidence for myself. I see it, I hear the sounds, I see the pictures where she put, and nothing is because me just put myself in a situation. Say, if this was my family member, bro, as somebody, and it hits closer to people who would have experienced them loved ones, especially females, who would have gone through physical abuse, especially I grew up in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And to me personally, I know what that feel like, brother. Zine?
Yeah.
So that's why that would have hit home for me from them time there till now. And we can preach, like, obviously as a Christian, I'm gonna preach forgiveness. Zine? I'm like, I can't say, bro, you was 18 and make a mistake or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Yeah, I can forgive you, but that don't mean I have to like you.
Yeah, but which is like no, Demo. Everything what you said is fair, but you're still leaving out some intricate details because
no, don't bring the court thing with me.
Okay, so Demo, Demo, not the court, but not just the court. Manchester United came out and literally said, because they wanted to allude that if they say what they say, people will hate the girl and maybe cause more problems. So you never read all them stuff and sway you no other way. You're saying that you cannot be swayed.
No, boss, I don't care what the court says. I don't care what Manchester United says. With me here on the audio, when we see, and when we see from the girl, brother, that is enough for me. I don't care what the court says.
All right.
People pay off the court and people pay off people all the time.
All right, fair enough.
And I think one of the reasons why, because he was charged, but not convicted.
Yes.
And one of the things that he come out was that them never have enough witnesses for come forward and say whatever.
Yes, that's but Demo. What you're doing is just set apart there now. But in that same statement, they said and additional evidence presented itself. So that's why we are doing. So Demo, maybe your brain just collect the information we go on with what you support and avoid the next part, because in the same letter, you know, that they be sideways just saying. Yeah, but them never, so that's the problem, Demo. Them never put it up because I think that they were trying to protect the girl in this conversation, Demo. So you know, Demo, in your art, let me use a Jamaican, in your art, Demo. You know, see something wrong with that, like why they keep on trying to avoid the next side, like to put out the additional evidence and them stuff there.
Hold on. Okay, so for me, one evidence is out, and I can clearly see it with my eyes and make my own decisions. No additional evidence with them say come out, plus lack of witnesses.
Yes.
Is two different things. I have not seen no additional evidence to change my mind.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Run with them say the additional evidence come out and you know see it. Like, brother, so
no, but Demo, you know, listen, Demo. No, Demo, me agree with, you know, me agree with the Demo. But them say Demo, additional evidence. But them say they are satisfied. That's why they're gonna drop the case because of those two things. So no, Demo, no. In my art, no, because remember you just have a problem with the optics then, because you said this is the way you see, you know, you up to this point you don't sure say you don't 100% sure say him do it, but based off what she said first,
I am 100% sure. What you mean?
Why Demo, are you the only person? Like the police they're not 100% sure, are you 100% sure, Demo? And that's what me disagree, Demo.
All right. Let me just ask you something clear. I just want a clear answer. Do you believe that those tapes that were out was Mr. Greenwood? You believe say it was him?
I believe say the girl. Me believe say the girl in the night. Me believe say the girl because I see the blood and I see her face after. But Demo, I am here. No, me not 100%. Me not believe. Me not believe until me get more evidence. That's where me a problem go. You believe and me believe until me get more evidence. So you have a problem with that, Demo?
Hold on, let me change the question. You ever hear Mason Greenwood talk or do interviews before?
Yes, I heard Mason Greenwood talked.
Okay, and from hearing him talk and then hearing the clips of
yes, it sound close to his voice, Demo. It sound so Demo. Remember, Demo. What you're doing now, Demo, you are just coming to you're just making a conclusion instant, and you're just fighting to stay on that. So it doesn't matter, because remember, after these statements came out, you know, but you're still stuck on it, because you're saying that what I heard first, we have not gotten anything after to change our minds. That's what you're saying, you know.
You know, mega call everybody who say I know Mason Greenwood or Mason. You know, mega call all of them hypocrites, bro.
We're hypocrites.
Because guess what? Everybody who talk about this thing said the man do this is them statement. Oh, he was 18 and he make a mistake.
Yeah.
But, if you not admit that the man make a mistake,
but me never say that. Me never say make a mistake. Me never say that as yet. Me never said that. You never listen to me.
Bro,
me never said that, Demo. Me never ever said that.
Alright, fine. So so 90% of the people who talk about this thing, them say he was 18, he make a mistake. Look how much time people beat woman get beat in Jamaica. Like why we act like
no, Demo, me not agree. Me agree with you. Me not agree with them things, Demo. Me not agree with them things, Demo. Me not agree with them things. Everything where you say no, me not agree with it. But where me have the problem is me not sure if I end up on the tape. And that's my problem, Demo.
No, but alright, so you not sure. Fine? You don't sure. I think you're sure what you're saying, not sure. But anyway, you're not sure. But may I tell you, JD, 95% of the people, they're either saying it make a mistake or we need to forgive him and move on and he did young. But if they're saying that, they're admitting that
I agree. If that's what they're saying, that means they agree with you that it's him on the tape. And yes, I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement, Demo.
So the only difference between me and them is that I am saying for me, it hit personally because as somebody who would have experienced it,
Mm-hmm.
me can't just get over it like how everybody gets
Totally
over
agree
it,
with the
brother.
Demo.
Because
Totally agree, Demo.
I know my sister, I don't know my family, brother. But as somebody personally who it hit, may I say to myself, yo, brother, if that was my family, bro, may I tell you, it wouldn't end. Like, me not care what the court wants to say, me not care whatever. Like, as soon as him get free, something have to go on.
Demo, I may agree with the Demo.
All
Demo.
the time, bro. Because of the emotional damage that women get. Hold on, I'm going to end with this. That women get. I may speak from experience. The emotional damage and the physical abuse where them face, them don't want to leave the man because them fear what might happen to them life afterwards, brother. Zine, and so them stay with the person and them try to make things work until them feel it's safe, so them can go away eventually. So I don't want no man come tell me, oh, look, they married now with him girlfriend and them work things out, brother. Girls can stay because them don't want to for further things happen. Like, brother, this is something I experienced through my life, not just once. So it's not just because say, oh, you see them look like them happy now and they married and have children, blah blah blah. Means say the girl never dare tell the truth. That's some silly reasoning I go on, brother.
That's why I make sure, Demo, me and your conversation here, me show you where me have the problem and where me could easily link it with what the final report is. And that's why me say my stance is slightly different from yours. But if I could have proven it as you, I would have took similar stance as you, Me not gonna say, oh, he might make a mistake. No, I'm gonna say if you feel like him should get punishment for that, then I'm okay with it. But because everybody couldn't prove it, Demo, and that is where I have the problem with you, Because the police them could and you start to say, oh, me I move the goalpost, people can get buyout. Make sure in a Demo, any more cases are gonna come up, and make sure you hold the same stance in a Demo, and people can get buyout in a Demo. Me I tell you,
Hold on, say anything, say money paid to people for buy out them.
Yes, but Demo, I'm saying make sure you hold the same stance as well. When other topics comes up with the same buyout, because remember, we in a little category where them something always come up in and hope you take that same stance when time people call out certain things and say some people get buyout and them stuff the Demo. Yeah, so that's all I say. Me agree with some of your points, them, but me does not agree with you just have conclusive saying that you're. Yeah, go ahead.
I go come off your phone now because I know enough people.
Yeah, man, I whole heap of people call about you. I know that more you finish your point, Yeah, because I know people are with you.
In closing, if you in your heart of hearts is saying that you don't believe it was him in the video and the audio that you heard, then I have no problem with you. My problem is for the people them who saying the man make a mistake and all of them things there, so them admit, say, him do it.
Yes.
And then they might have a problem with me from how it affect me. Them can feel a way about it. Not tell nobody say, yo, if you want the man, if you forgive what the man do and all of them something, then that's fine. Like, but remember, like your opinion that I say feel about a certain thing. But nobody come tell me how me supposed to feel. That don't make no sense.
All right, bossy.
Because I still have to go support Jamaica.
Yeah, man. You have to. You have to. Yeah, and I think you're going to be celebrating a lot.
And in closing, not because I forgive you, means say I have to like you, brother. It's simple.
All right, big boss, take care. Oh my God. Yeah, people, that's why I open about an opinionated show, because hold on, people. I'm gonna call back everybody. All right. Damn, man. Hello. Good day. How are you doing, man?
I'm there, man.
You're calling the show?
Yeah, man. I show my call.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. God damn. Demon mash up the show star. 55,000 people call after. Go ahead. What you want to add to what's your stance? Because I try to put in everything possible. Like I made sure everybody know about every scenario or situation that took place. Yeah. So what you have to say?
I see that judgment. This is why a scale, the court of a scale as judgment or balance. It has to show say you can't be one-sided in your reasoning. No. I start from that aspect here, because I want to point to certain things to them, man, because them come like them live in a different world. All right, first and foremost, there are certain things they can do to people that cannot be undone. And that's why you have judgment where higher than certain judgment. Some judgment can lead to even death, because it is the only way you can get justice from certain activities. All right? Now, why am I talking now? You see me? Again, you have to look upon it and say, yo, people are accused wrongfully at times, and you cannot just be off of emotion and say, yo, like every woman a saint, or every woman just perfect. So anything at all happen, whether you're family or not, you don't care if there's a right or wrong, which means that you yourself can get judged wrongfully. Because suppose a girl try frame you, and you have a mind to say any woman do that, or any woman do that to your sister, do that to your people, them, a dirt, you don't really care what. That means that you forget dirt to somebody frame you. You can't judge one way, as they might say. No, family structure is important when it comes on to a woman, because women are feeble, women are weak, they need support. Of course, they need support. You see me? So the brother, the father, them they have to support the woman. But in this Manchester United situation, right, some evidence come out, say something happened. There's no full disclosure why it happened or whatever, or to what extent it really happened. You see me I say? It seems as if they were them did a fight or whatever. Evidence to make a full-blown conclusion and judgment say, yo, to hell with the person. And other people go do independent research and say, yo, you know, so we look on this may not be the right judgment in the first place. We might need to step back. And
Yes.
just because this world is so sensitized to women as if they are the
Yeah, because remember calling they took him back, you know.
Yeah.
And then people said them now go play, you know. So that's why they had to sell him, you know. Because they took him back after the investigation.
Yes.
So you're correct. Go
Right.
ahead.
Right. So the woman right movements pressure upon the clubs and companies to do them thing here. Drop sponsorship on them thing. I'm telling you this. Missing man already. Walk out woman. As if I don't want to retaliate, I see the crowd jump on the man to kill man. I see woman draw a knife on the man to kill man already, you know. And the man take the said knife from the woman, you know, and I see the crowd run up on the man to beat the man, you know. Yo, some of them man are weak. And a girl clown dog, you see me?
Well,
I say, yo, I say man for abuse man again, because guess what, them weak and a man to protect them. But you can't be so naive.
but Carla, make sure, Carla, you can't, don't use any bad word to the other people I'm calling, all right? That with us reason without any, you know, I don't know if that did I do just a while ago, but so make sure I say, because we want everybody can call in, and I'm not really normally do them, you know, out of the football thing videos, yeah, you know? All right, go ahead, continue. Just to make you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying man, you can't be emotional in my judge, bro. You can't judge emotionally, you see me?
Yeah.
Because you got bad judgment. You see me, as a man, you have to step out of the emotion and look on the bigger picture and realize, say, yo, look at why police have the right to swing the button upon a woman if she disobey certain law. Why police have the right to do that? Then the woman said, since you talk straight up like, say, yo, women are not accountable. You can't all women accountable for nothing at all. Anything at all them do, there's no judgment towards them. They're just so perfect. Why the police can't I remember for them police a man I sing back and say, you know, why them have a right to do that? No, I'm not saying again that man for abuse man, you know. But may I tell you this, woman will do you and push it to the point to do them things because they will put their hand on you first, then we spit on you, then we do ask that a man are evil towards you and play victim. And then when them play victim, you're gonna have people that are emotionally weak, going back them in them ranks, and them gonna continuously do it. Can't meds and think them way here.
Okay.
Again, I say, woman.
Come on, go ahead.
There's things that a man can do to a woman will make him deserve death, not even second chance. Death, right? That's how the Bible creates a judgment. If you do certain things, the judgment for it is what? Death.
All right.
You see what I say?
All right.
So if a person is wrong for certain things, I make you understand, because again, they cannot undo the girl life. She's going to live forever with that trauma. I understand that. You see what I say? So your judgment cannot be one-sided and biased out in your view because you're emotionally sensitized to your family. I tell my sister, them say, yo, look here, do not go out there and provoke men who are stronger than you. Because when you go provoke them, guess what? I mean, you're going to look for defend you, you know? You see me? And it's my right to come defend you, but you don't go to just be wrong and just go trouble because you know I have a brother who's going to defend you. No, you can't do that.
Okay.
You see me? You have to be smart, say it.
Right.
So if my son come to me and say, yo, this happen, I go trust her because I already know, say, yo, she now go to her way to go trouble people because I teach her that. You see what I say?
Yeah.
Using the head, man.
All right. Respect them, big boss, yeah?
Yeah, man.
All right. So people just give everybody them opinion. Let them state them opinion. Yo, the man them now give me a chance. Yo, people, I'm gonna call back everybody. Everybody have 5 minutes because I need to run. You know, and then turn my video into a 2 hours plus video. Me I try run from half an hour in Chevron, and a 2 hours me there. Go ahead, big boss. What's your take on this?
No. I see what Demo is saying. I understand where he's coming from, but he also needs to understand the law of England. And England don't base itself off of emotions and how people feel. You know, you have to present a case. You have to present a case well. And you know, even with audio recording, even with a video recording, you still have to have witnesses. You have to have further evidence to make it way all the way through the court. You know, and if at any point in time the police believe or the court believe that, you know, this case not gonna bear any fruit, you know, they can't throw it out of the court. One of the things, you know, people need to realize, even the fact that Mason is not playing for England, England is a country that supports the females over here. They support them wholeheartedly, you know. So even if you were accused of something, you know, the process where you would have to go through is they would turn over everything in your life. Every single thing to find out if such things are true, you know. And I'm speaking from a standpoint where I've been here like for the last 8 years, and I've been through the court process 31 times, and, you know, on all occasions I was found innocent. So, you know, may I try make Demo understand, say, there's one thing where we can base ourselves in our emotions, you know, and there's another thing where we can base ourselves in our facts. And a lot of the times courts over here put a stipulation on certain cases that evidence don't go out in the public, you know, because it might harm one person, you know, and they try the best, you know, despite even somebody doing something wrong, not to allow them to suffer any kind of harm, you know, for one. And you know, I understand coming from Jamaica, because I've had family members that have been through the same thing. But, you know, the reality is, like, if we don't think rationally, if we don't see the evidence for ourselves, because we can't say we see anything on the internet, you know. The internet is the internet. But, you know, what is presented before the court is a different thing. Facts over feelings, and that is what I'm saying. Also, JD, this Mason Greenwood thing, I think, you know, a lot of us are lamenting on Mason. He has a big name, you know. His name is can be associated to big brands and stuff there, you know. That is one of the reasons, but we are the hypocrites anyways, because we're not looking on the other people, the small people that are doing the same things that, you know, we want to put this guy down for, you know. But we want to make an example of this guy when his life has moved on from that, you know. The court has moved on from that, and if at any point in time the court had any kind of issue, you know, they would have went back and took him back to court. You know, so I don't understand why we are here lamenting over these things when, you know, my understanding of the law and how it goes over here is that if the facts are presented and they have to have a certain for it to pass. And just like the guy said before, there's a scale, and they have to wait. And if it weighs up on this side where he has a chance, to go free, they will give him that opportunity to go free off of his innocence. They're not gonna let him go guilty. And you don't just get up over here and pay out people. That's not how it goes. I can remember one that somebody tried to leak something to the media, and that person was charged. The media personality, reported the person trying to leak the information to the media, and that person was charged. So, it's a different system from where we are, and we need to understand.
Okay. No, I was just giving it to finish, but your volume went down, Siobhan.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, man, it came back.
Saying, yeah. I was saying it's a different system over here compared to Jamaica, where it's facts, evidence, and feelings going at the background. And people don't even understand like 1% of what happens in England. And you can't just get up and say you're gonna pay off somebody, so because trust me, you're easy to find over here. Them turn up at your yard, them find where them find JD at any point in time. And we need to come to some understanding of how the law is. We might think just because he's not playing for England, it's because of this issue. It's not because of this issue. It's because people don't want certain things associated with their brand. Yeah, even if he's innocent, just like Benjamin Mendy. They didn't want him associating with Manchester City, even though eventually they found him innocent. And that's the sad part about it, because even after you have been found not guilty of something, then it seems like your life doesn't continue.
Yeah. All right. Respect, because me run on time. You're a big boss? All right.
Bless him.
All right, that was Siobhan. 1 second, people. Let me read the super chat here. How will MG impact the Jamaica team? That I would like to hear. This conversation was supposed to like 3 years ago. Thank you, Farmers Yak. Thanks for being here. I did a video on that yesterday, Yak. But the problem is, because this became a slight problem today, that's why we are having the conversation. But I did a video yesterday, and I was talking about maybe even with him coming in, we would need a few extra pieces. You understand me? People, we have only 5 minutes per person here, because I look like a lot of other people calling me. Hello, good day.
Yes, blessed Jay.
How you doing? Everything all right?
Yeah, man, everything all right. First time I call.
Yeah. All right. Respect. Yeah, man. So why you want add into it? You have like 5 minutes, for this one, because me run up on time, yeah?
What I want to say about this, what man says, when a case happen between two persons, and them I tell us say, no witness not there. What that mean to you?
Maybe what it means to me, the police them don't really agree with the overall statements put together, and they needed more things to come to a conclusion.
And that can also sound like the person where it happened to not cooperating either. Yeah,
that's what me I tell. That's what them say. They want more people to come.
This is the thing. How people look at it is like probably the girl do something wrong out of anger, and she do something wrong. Because as I said, we don't know the full thing. She can do something wrong out of anger and leak some things. We don't know what. We hear snippets of a video. We hear audio, snippets of an audio. We don't know the full conversation. We don't know the full context of anything. Right? We don't know who wrong or who right in the video. You don't know in the audio. We don't know if Mason was defending himself or the person in the video was defending himself. We don't know if the person in the video is Mason. We don't know if the person is the girl. We don't know anything like this. Nothing came out concrete about this. Right? And even after everything happened, why Mason don't come out and say anything? It must be something deeper.
Okay.
As I said, a personal problem between him and him woman will get blown out or come out in the public.
and now we're taking everybody making of them opinion of it when them don't know what is happening. It went to the court, and the court threw it out basically and said there's nothing here to investigate, there's nothing here to charge nobody, to bring up no court case on nobody. So why we still a whole thing like there's something that happened when
Carla, because people come to a conclusive point. Demo, they not. I think, and then other people on the TV come to same point, and a lot of people felt that way.
Do that, but how them are gonna do that with something that is not proven? How can you form an opinion of something that is not proven and you don't know all the facts?
All right, be careful, and keep me informed.
Opinion.
That's good. That's good to say, and that's why we're having the video today to say if it's the right approach.
Yeah, because
especially people in the media, talking definitive like this. Why are they doing that? You know.
Remember Nandilo?
Yes, I remember Nandilo. Yeah. Oh my God, Lord God.
Get charged, right?
Yes.
They get charged and they drop the charges, right?
Yeah, I remember when that happened. Yes, I remember when that happened.
We done Nandilo for no reason at all. This is what I'm trying to show you. We always say a man is innocent till proven guilty. Right?
Yeah.
So how we must abandon somebody who is innocent and never been proven guilty.
All right. Powerful.
That's my opinion. That is my opinion still. I work with the facts. We can't work with hearsay and rumors.
All right.
We have to work with the facts.
And for you, you're saying that the guy come in here and we should just...
Guy come in here, we should...
Go ahead.
We should accept him. Yes, people will always have them opinions. Yes, but use the facts when you're coming to judge somebody. When you're coming to judge or speak out against somebody, if you don't have the facts, keep your opinion to yourself. That's what I think.
Yes. Demo said he wasn't proven innocent either. All right, Demo. Yes, that is fair. Because Demo is trying to fight his case that he wasn't proven innocent.
But Demo just basing it off an audio him here and said, "Oh, I know Mason Greenwood voice because I watch him interview." You know, people don't know Michael Jackson voice, and them listen all of the songs of Michael Jackson, but them don't know how Michael Jackson speak with that same voice that he sings with.
All right. Well. All right, Carla. Respect. Make sure to call him back. Your Demo gonna be warring with you in the chat. He not give up. You understand me? He's not giving up. He's here forever, and he's not giving up. You know?
So Demo said he wasn't proven innocent. So that made Mason Greenwood lock up then. He can't come play for Jamaica.
Oh my God. All right, Carla. Respect. Maybe those callers are people. Respect, yeah. Respect, big boss. All right, so let me get the people. Sorry if I never call back. Oh my God, damn. All right, so let me call people. May I call back everybody? May I call Fatal 1 second. Me just call you back. May I call you back? Yeah, yeah, big boss Fatal. How you doing?
Hello?
Big boss Fatal. How you doing? Happy belated birthday, sir.
Yeah, man, big up yourself.
Yeah, you know, I told you happy birthday, you know, but I don't know how the Facebook thing working. I know me I get old, but me did. Oh, you saw it? Ah, good.
Yeah, man, I see you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, see you, man.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah, man, big up the chat still, and big up everybody. While everybody opinion is inviting and thing, and it's good for your discussion like this, so people can understand other people's perspective, and people can learn from each other.
Yes, that's why I did it.
Yeah, man. So, I just want to say big up Demo still, because me hear his stance when I understand where I come from, and I understand how I'm related drama to a situation like this, isn't it? But the part of the work, so I'm not going to tell you, but I just show him a few things. What me just say, with all that said and done, me personally also, I don't support woman beater. I'm gonna respect that. You see me? So, I just want that to be known. You see me? As man, we have to protect our woman, we have to protect women of our community and our society. But however, one thing we have to learn to understand, yes, we need to respect each other's opinion, but we also have to respect the laws of the land, and we also have to respect what is called evidence. If basically somebody is not guilty or charged of anything, it is wrong for us to start walk around and actually put that upon the man as saying he did something. My boss, you can't say, even if you hear it or you see the picture of them, that means he did something, my boss. The man can even sue you for that because you're actually making slander and
Yes, that's a
false
defamatory
narrative.
act because nothing was proven against him. Yes, so he can sue Demo, but Demo would invite that suing, you know, because Demo would unleash his anger, you know. Yes, so he would invite that suing, you know.
Yeah. I mean, me just try put a little bit of a, more understanding because, like I say, it can become an emotional situation where people don't think it through, but me listen to him before, I know he's a smart you, but me just say differently. I know so you put things into context sometimes because me not saying it wrong, me agree with most of what you said. And actually for him, I know him really, me I really call at the youth where on Sportsmax Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Him, to me, no, the problem we have with him is the fact that him said he wouldn't. He knows, he made his disclaimer by saying he would have never, if it's up to him, basically, Mason would not be playing. You see me?
Yeah.
And that is my problem. It's like you are basically saying you want to be the judge and the law of the land. And also the thing work, my boss. You understand? To me, you already, again, you're making your own assumption and you basically are trying to stop the man for no reason. And all me look at it is like some of them people are hypocrite because at the end of the day, when Chris Brown was coming to Jamaica, none of them raised up no arm or no banner and go protest. Vibes Cartel and Bounty Killer, a lot of these artists, I don't mean to just put people out there, but I'm just saying they have similar situations and none of these people protest, complain or anything against them. Right now, they're still being worshipped and respected across the world, both by man and women. I'm just saying, my boss, differently, we have to sometimes realize, say, hey, there was a situation, without a doubt, we don't know what the situation was. We don't know, we don't have any evidence or no facts. You understand? But at the end of the day, the man was not convicted. Everything was thrown out. We have to respect that and say, listen, you don't have to rate him or you don't have to greet him with the arms open, but you can just know, so listen, a football him come play. Him not do no other incident after that, why we are holding it against him? We can move on and say, all right, make us see how him do. And think, because if anything like this come up again, then you can probably have a problem.
Yes,
so,
because no,
fine.
yes, because no, you will have more repetitive actions or proclaimed repetitive actions. So you have something to base it off, you know?
Exactly.
Yes,
and that's what I'm
agreed.
saying.
I agreed on that as well.
We can't just say, well, do this one time, one mistake, him do one mistake, one this, I will go hold it over him head and you must go. He can't get no job. Him need to go away. And also life go, brother. How purpose of somebody basically having a second chance in life? If I saw we are deem it as, you understand? And or is it because England do them way we need to do it? So that's unfair, my boss. We cannot be doing people like that. And we can't be following our other people and other country like that. We have to think for ourselves and realize that listen, we're not going to do the youth that because we not see no unjust or see nothing done against him. So we're not going to hold that stance. We're going to pick the ball up for what he's coming to do, perform and support it, and we gladly accept him. I will say, yo, Mason, if you're out there listening to this, Meji, welcome to Jamaica. I will welcome you in the squad. Hopefully you can put on a great show, a memorable history for we. That we want to see, isn't it? So big up everybody. We're out.
Yeah, man. Respect again, big boss. Yeah. All right. So let me see if I can call back. Who me never call? 1 second. 1 second, people. Me I try to get back the call. Me a pastor. Let me call back pastor. Then me call back the next number. And me done people. Cause remember, I have to run here, people. I have to go get food for my little kid and them stuff there. I want to take away my bicycle session because I was going to the park to roll up my towel and me and her enjoy ourselves. But I'm going to skip that and now just do the food part. Hello, good day, pastor. How are you doing?
Yes, sir. Good day.
Yes, I had missed the call. You know?
I was calling on the show.
Yes, you called it, sir. Yes, and you're on the show now. You're still on the show.
Oh, so I'm on the show. I thought you had closed out.
No.
I want to make three salient points. It has to do with when mainstream media personalities put publicly their opinions, as they call it, but opinions rooted in definitive punitive actions for behavioral practices that was deemed criminal to the point where it was taken into the courts, and the courts made a decision. That opinion is libelous by law. So, Mr. Williams, you will need to contact your legal representative to prepare you
Yes.
for any possible legal backlash for your punitive opinionated position determining the faith of one person, because you don't believe that that person is moral enough for the society that you are in charge of. Because you have to be in charge of the society to be saying, if it were up to you, this brother would not be playing for Jamaica. Now you can ask any lawyer for assistance in telling you that what I am saying is as right can be.
Yeah.
To Mr. Tracy, who was less criminally liable.
Less criminally liable.
Yes,
Oh my
less
God, Pastor.
less criminally liable.
Pastor, there's something
The
else, man.
statement, JD, these statements after the court takes a decision. This is a criminal matter. That's why it went to the court. When the court takes a decision on a criminal matter, and put your opinion is going to be deemed to be able to cause undue attention or harm, reciprocal to the court is the court's decision.
Yeah, but Pastor, I'm not really refuting what you're saying. I'm just saying that maybe
Yes.
People don't even pay them much mind, because they always think that they are so high level.
No.
Yeah.
You see, this is why when you become a media personality, you have what is called company law or laws that govern your operational space, what you say, because yes, there is such a thing as free speech and such a thing as freedom of the press. However, when you make it individual, this is your individual personal opinion. Not even Sportsmax, on which he said, is going to be held liable because he cleared Sportsmax of that. This is his personal position. So I want people to understand that you are not free to just arbitrarily spout your opinion when you are deemed in the public space a certain way. There's a responsibility clause within the laws that you are going to be held by. That's one. I'm going to cite a case that took place in the United States of America in 2002, I believe it was, that a young lady was the victim of physical abuse by spouse, so spousal abuse. And I want to categorically state there is no place within my psychic, my makeup, where I have any time for physical abuse, whether spousal or otherwise. Men must be men. God designed us to be protectors and caretakers. And when you cross the line into being abusive, you should be held responsible and do your time for the crime. So let me categorically state that. I have no place for physical abuse or abuse of any kind. for that matter. Especially when you are going to take the position that the person you are entrusted to take care of, you are the one damaging. So, having said that, this young lady got her spouse arrested for assault and physical abuse. She was bleeding, she had cut, serious laceration on her arm and bruised her face. When the investigation took place, the man was released that there was insufficient evidence to prosecute. And the same lettering of the Mason Greenwood court decision that additional evidence came forward and witnesses. So at this time, there's insufficient, and that decision is how the court came down with this decision to not prosecute this said man. I happen to have gotten details. Not going to tell you how, but I happen to have gotten the details. And the court document, the investigation brought in that the young lady literally slapped a window. And that's how the laceration, she was not thrown into the window. She got irritated and slapped the glass. The glass broke and cut her. The man literally was holding on to her at the time. So she said he pushed him. So when you live a certain quality of life, there are certain things that you don't compensate for that goes against you. And the seriousness of that, the court couldn't put it out there because it would tarnish her image in the community, in her family, and the court is bound to protect all that comes before it. Whether you are the victim or the accused, the court has a duty for the protection of said persons, and it's called due process and a protection right. For everybody who said they're sure that Mason Greenwood did it, I want to ask you this. A court that protects the victims of spousal abuse investigated and found insufficient evidence, additional witness, and additional evidence so as not to go forward to prosecute. But you are sure. Are you God Almighty? And then I'm going to go to the scriptures and say, and that says, if a brother is taken into a fault, when the brother is repentant, brother or sister, you should speedily restore them. For all who want to talk about their Christians, for the love of God, if you're a Christian, if you're a child of God, if you're a Bible-believing person, stay with the scriptures and do only what it says. Forget your own emotions, because there's another text. Lean not unto thine own understanding. In so doing, you're literally ascertaining your own demise. Please. Even if he was guilty, the court didn't find sufficient evidence. The court found additional evidence and witness so as not to go through, because if they went through, they realized that there would be more damage done than there would be any remedying of the situation.
I don't want to stay. I'm just listening to Pastor, because I told Pastor of 5 minutes, and Pastor take up 25 minutes of 2 other calls,
No, I was not speaking I wasn't even speaking for 5 minutes.
Pastor, yet, so 10 minutes on the phone, Pastor, 10 minutes. It's me tell you, say,
let me finish with this. Let me finish with this. In our society, we're governed by laws. And anytime my emotions lead me to be so public about my indifference to the legal system's verdict that I go public I am then putting myself ahead of the court, like the devil did or tried to do, put his chair above that of God Almighty. Have a good day, all.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor. Yes, man. All right, I heard your point, sir. Let me just call the final person because I have to run after these people. Me give you a whole heap of time. Let me see one more person I call here. Hold on. Oh Lord. All right. We call G Lock. Okay, me know. Okay, okay. One more person me call. All right, so I'm gonna call about one person. I'm done. All right. Andre, oh, G, like you did call. So, hello, good day, Damien. Are you calling the show?
Yes, JD, how you doing? Good day.
Yeah,
Thanks
man,
for
I'm
the show.
live. How are you doing? I was just trying to talk about a few points. Yeah, yeah, man. So give your point so me can run out because me have to get food for the kid and me and her maybe still have to do something, you know? So how you doing?
I'm good. Just a question, right? In the United States, right, when it comes to we do have a lot of domestic violence, but it's more a power struggle of suppressing women, of putting them in you know, putting them in a position of power, right? You find that a lot in the United States, right? Now when you shift over to Jamaica, right? JD, let me ask you a question. Abuse, as far as female abuse in our country, is very rampant. Wrong or right?
Remember, I've left Jamaica a billion years ago, you know. So based on what I knew, you're correct. And where I'm from, because they said we like to generalize, but where I am from, yes, it is rampant and it comes like a norm. Yes, where I am from, I can't talk on other places, but where I'm from is a lot of places in Jamaica, you know. So yeah, and I can say that seems like accurate statement to make.
Okay, and let me make it clear. I'm not condoning the abuse of a woman, child, kids, whatever. I'm not condoning it at all. But I'm just painting a bit a different a picture of, you know, as far as our society. I only can speak of our society where I live right now, right? I think is rampant in my country, but yes, we're getting out of it. You know, we're transcending into a different era when it comes to abuse of a woman, right? It's still there, it's still prevalent, but we're doing a lot better, right? I just think we should have in your family, myself. Let me speak for myself. In my family, I know several different men in my family that has abused their wife based on what they saw, based on where I'm from. It was the norm. Unfortunately, I experienced it. I saw it. Right. I'm a big advocate for it, you know. But if I can forgive my dad, if I can forgive my uncles, right? That's the society where I'm from. We all know an abuser in our family, based on, you know, just my country, per se, right? So now when we have a Macy Greenwood coming in, I think it shouldn't be hard for us to, if we think that he's guilty, to, you know, forgive this person and move forward, right? That's just how I look at it, based on my country itself. I'm not talking about anywhere else. I'm talking about Jamaica.
All right, boss. Respect. We just wanted to come
A
to
lot,
yeah. Finish it up, man. Sorry about that.
a lot of people may not agree with it, but if we just sit down and just think about it. The other day I was watching a video of this prominent businessman. He's from the Uptown area. I'm from the Garrison, and this guy was beating the daylights out of this lady. He had his foot in her face and just beating her down, and nobody tried to intervene because, as I said, this is somewhat the norm in my country, right? But as I said, we should find it in our heart to forgive, man. You know, and when we see these kind of things in our country, we speak about it. Yes, we're upset about it, but um, it's going to come a time when we're graduating from these stages and phases, right? When I came over here, right, I'm able to realize that this is not norm. This is not a normal thing, right? It's wrong, right? So you know, when you come here, you get to see the difference as far as how people think in society. Now you're able to say, you know what, this is wrong. This is not how you're supposed to deal with a woman, right? You're able to correspond and comprehend and talk to a female differently than when you were back home. So that was my point. Just basically about this whole Mason Greenwood thing. I think we should just try to forgive this kid. He was a young kid, 19 years old. He made a mistake. And
if he made a mistake, because because that's what Dima out here are arguing, but finish up a point, big boss. I thought you touched some good points, but that's how Dima is, Dima is out here fighting because he made his statements, and he said a lot of people come saying that if he made a mistake, we should forgive him as well. So you look like you were in that batch. So you and Dima have a beef in the chat,
Well, the thing is, Dima, I'm sure if Dima is from Jamaica, somebody in his family abused their girlfriend or wife.
Well, that's how you and Dima business,
No, I mean, I'm not. It's just our culture. It's hard to say it, but it's the truth. And that's the thing. I think we struggle with the truth. This is why our culture is taking so hard to change. We struggle with what's going on. We try to mask it. We try to act like it doesn't exist, but it does.
Yeah, but remember, Jamaica is the greatest place, That's why we keep lying to people on the internet. So we never gonna ever tell. We are gonna always conceal the truth every single time. And you have to understand, say, at the same time, a lot of these reasons, a lot of their reasons to start this, is because they never wanted some of them in the first place. But this man cannot be denied on his talent. So they had to maybe bring in other things, because remember, him coming in might just be flat out, he must stop a next man food, or multiple men food, yes. It's like going to a party and had a few drinks for the first time, got drunk. Are you now a drunkard? Well, no, you are not a drunkard. But you still did something once, and you have to get charged for your crime, because if you went to a party and you were drunk and crash a car, kill someone, you're going to go to prison. Even if it's the once, Yeah, so in a sense, I think they have a point. They have a point, But I can understand where you're coming from. And people like Dime should tell that for this situation,
No, they do have a point, but according to the court of law, right, they couldn't find enough evidence.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's where I have to look at. But I understand if someone say that, he's guilty. Right?
All right,
I get it.
All right, Damien. So I'm gonna run off now because I have to go up on the road with the kid now. Yeah.
All right, JD.
All right, respect, big boss. Yeah. All right, people, thanks for participating in this one. You guys forced me to go this long, so you know that you're not getting no video tomorrow. This is today and tomorrow's video, all right, and the other day. So I think I should get an African video coming, because for the weekend now I am going to be free, so I can focus on my African video, and I never wanted to start and can't continue, because I keep on getting spaces between the African videos, and that's the reason why. All right, yeah, man. So good points. I agree with Dima to some extent, but the part that if a man get found or wasn't charged, and you out here saying that, yo, the man guilty, It's hard for me to take Demo's stance on that because I never had any evidence to say that he is guilty. Yes, a situation was there, so you could come to a conclusion. But what if my conclusion is different from yours? Because it's always up in the air for people to decide. So I took the opposite side of Demo, and Demo took the other side. I'm okay with that. All right, and that's why we came to the opposite decision. All right, I don't think it's him in no video. All right, yes. So based off that, I don't think he did it. All right, yes. So that's what I am saying. Dima said otherwise, and this is the only video I've done on this specific subject. All right, and this is the last one I'm going to do. So for the people them that said that I never answered and I run away with it because presser pressed them to come and press me, I did a show on it. All right, presser and the pressers, presser and the pressers. So presser, so JD didn't think it was him. Oh yeah, I said that. I have answered the question. So presser and him friends them can hear me talk on it. I have talked now. Yes. So presser will press him friends them, but press me and press me on WhatsApp. Me talk on it, people. Me not talk on it ever again. I've said what I've said and I'm done. All right. So JD, today is Friday. So does that means we send yo? Simon Preston, big yourself. Hope all is well with you and the family. Yes, yes. Simon, then press me into doing this video, and I did it. No food pictures today, Simon. I'm going on the road with Gemma. And she's gonna pick out what food she wants. She told me that she wanted to go to the mall, so I'm gonna surprise her and go to the mall. It's gonna cost me some more money, Simon, because this morning I got up and she did excellent in her exam. Excellent. They said that she's above the grade and maybe above the next grade as well, which is ridiculous. I need to bring our exam paper, our result to you guys and show you. So I told her to pick 3 different things, and I'm telling you, blood. She picked 3 things. She wanted a new tablet. She wanted phone. She wanted the new CD for her new artist, so I had to buy that, and 161 pieces package. And then she wanted more Legos. She wanted more Legos as well. Yes, so it cost me $1 billion, blood. All right, it cost me around what, 400 euros in total, you know. I'm not telling her that I'm not 100%. I never expected to spend so much money. You understand me? No, I don't work with the credit card things, you know. I just spend my own money, you know, on Big Boss. So it kind of rough on me, you know, because 4 bills it cost me. But, it shows her that if she do good and she's going to be rewarded for her good, you know. So we have to keep on showing the kids them a good upbringing, because I never had anybody, a mother or a father, to reward me when I did good. My mother was in England, but my father died at 10. So I'm just trying to do what I never saw, you know? Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, they gave her a CD in the pocket, but one of the artists named Wanjin, what the name of you guys know all of these people on the internet. I don't know these people. Some little Asian dudes, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and they have Australians in it. When you can type it in and tell me the name. Yes, I had to buy the CD, the stickers and everything to go on the computer and stuff. Yes, I bought all of that. 161 pieces. That one will come couple week, I think 1 week from now, because it looks like we had to buy it from China or something. But the tablet and then the Legos that we're gonna buy, I will buy that in Wagenham over the next side, and I'm gonna grab some other KFC or something. Yeah, and maybe some other things that you want. Yes. And get her Jamaican jersey. she had a Erling Haaland jersey. I think I posted it already on my YouTube. So that is fair. Simon. I can buy her a Jamaican jersey. I told one of the players them in a Simon that I wanted a jersey for my kid, you know. So I think I would have gotten a jersey. Yeah, I told a player, not a Jamaican jersey though, because he never played for Jamaica yet. Or he played for Jamaica, but he never, and it can't fit her. So I have to buy something. I think I have to buy a Jamaican jersey regardless, so it can fit her because I have to buy her size. Yeah, but I told a player to send me a jersey for her. No, but I told two players. I told a player to send me a jersey for her, and they were going to get one in her size and then signed it. Yes, so Simon, what you could do for me, I don't know if I can buy one down there and you get some signatures for it, you know? Yes, I can't just go to store and buy a thing. Simon, you can't deal me like, no, it's not working. Or anything I will buy it and then you sign it or one of the players them sign it. No, no, no. You know what? I will buy the jersey and then I will get the one from the player and that will be the club jersey. That's how it's gonna work. You know? All right, all right. So people respect. I think it was float management. I think I tried to get. I think I can say this now. I tried to get the one for Pinnock. I tried to get the jersey for Pinnock because I like the pink one, and I wanted him to sign it. But I got the other jerseys before, so that's why I never got the one for Gemma. But I wanted him to sign it. Yeah, but I will get that in the future whenever I'm ready. I will get that. I will get that. No problem. Yeah, but it was Pinnock and one more other person. The Mothersill jersey. The Mothersill jersey. He told me that he has a jersey for me, but I never went to England. I'm going to go to England. If my sister have the kid, she should have our kid within the next month or so, and I'm going to go to England, and then I will try and link up with him. Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be in England at the time, but I think he should because that is like what, July, August. So I will see. But he told me that he has the jersey for me. So I guess he can't unhave the jersey for me because he told me. Yes, so he told me that he has it, so he can't unhave the jersey. It makes no logical sense. And I have it on video here. Yes, he told me that he has the jersey for me. All right, so it's a part of my collection. It's just when I do get it. But when I do to England, I will try and get it from him. All right, yeah, man. So people, big up yourself. Thanks everybody for passing through. I think the conversation went civil. All right. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, sorry about that. RVM, no problem. Oh, sorry about that. Yes, sorry about that. RVM, no problem, man. I'm going to be in the West Bromwich. I'm going to be in the West Bromwich side because my mother, they're in Birmingham side. So I'm hoping that it's not London, you know. So I have to drive so far to link up with you guys. But I have no problem to link up with people. Just let me know. And if you're close to my side. But if you have to make me go to 4 or 5 hours driving and those stuff, man, you know, that's gonna be rough. So hope that, because the last time, you know, you had someone that told me. You had someone that told me that they wanted to link up. Leroy Smart said that he wanted to link up. When I went to England, called him. I never saw Leroy. I never heard back from him. And all of those unnecessary stuff. So, you know, so don't tell me that you want to link up. And then don't link me up. All right? Yeah, man. Respect people. Take care. I'm going to run out now. Yeah? All right. Bye-bye.